Hello friends, welcome to all. Today our topic is long transmission line. A long transmission line is a part of chapter transmission line modeling and performance which is in subject power system 2 in our 5th semester. Now we know that in a previous lecture we studied about transmission line, a short transmission line, a medium transmission line with end condenser method, T method and a pi method. As per our above discussion, we know that a short transmission line we neglected the value of capacitance. But in medium transmission line we take an account of capacitance in our calculation. So in medium transmission line we taken a lumped parameter value, resistance, inductance and capacitance as a lumped value in a some point. But in long transmission line, we know that the value of resistance, inductance and capacitance is higher. So that purpose, we have to introduce all the value of resistance, capacitance and inductance in calculation. If we choose in a long transmission line the value of this constant as a lumped parameter, in our calculation there will be a serious error. So we have to calculate with the new method which called the rigorous method for to find out the value of line constant. Here we know that due to the increasing length of 150 km, a line parameter is distributed uniformly. So for find a fair calculation, we consider all the constant as a distributed throughout the length of the line. Now in figure, here we see the long transmission line with distributed parameter. Here we see the resistance R by N, a reactance XL by N. Here we see suspectance B, a leakage conductance G. Now we choose all the parameter as a distributed parameter. So total resistance in the circuit is R, total reactance is an XL. Now total suspectance which is B and total leakage conductance which is G. These parameters are distributed uniformly, so we consider the nth value of this resistance for particular section. So here total divided by n value, so R by n, XL by n, B by n, G by n, the whole value is we consider as a 1 by nth of for a whole length. Now here we see the all parameters are distributed. Now the uniformly over the length, and the resistance and inductance are series element. Here the resistance and inductance or a reactance which is a series element, and a suspectance and our leakage conductance are a shunt element. Here we see in the figure, and the value are each section is up to the nth value. Now leakage suspectance and leakage conductance are shunt elements, so that the leakage suspectance is due to the fact that capacitance exists between neutral and line, so its value is in shunt. Now leakage conductance take into account due to the energy losses occurring through the leakage over the insulator. So it's also the value is due to the corona effect. Now the value of impedance Z, which is equal to R plus JXL, where impedance which is our series element. Now value of admittance Y, which is equal to our shunt element which is G plus JB. here G which is an leakage conductance and B which is an our suspectance. So the magnitude of this value Z which is equal to under root R square plus XL square and Y which is equal to under root G square plus B square for find out the value of impedance and admittance. Now we see the analysis of long transmission line with the rigorous method. We already know that for short transmission line and medium transmission line we choose a lumped parameter, and the calculation of lumped parameter is approximately easy for calculation because all the resistance and inductance are at one point. But in long transmission line we taken a distributed parameter all over the length, and we see in the previous figure all the impedance and admittance are uniformly distributed over a length, and we taken as a different section. So now in rigorous method, first of all we have taken one section or one small part of this transmission line. Here we see in the figure we taken a small part of transmission line. In a previous figure we see the different part of transmission line. So from the different section we choose a one small value of impedance and admittance. Now a Z, here we introduce a Z which is a series impedance of the line per unit length. For a unit length, if the length is a unit of 1 meter, 1 mm, a unit length, impedance is Z. Admittance which is shunt admittance of the line per unit length. V which is an voltage at the end of element toward receiving end. So here we see the voltage V at the end of towards length at receiving end. Now V plus dV which is a voltage at the end of element towards sending end. So here we see from the sending end voltage towards our element end, and here voltage V at end of receiving end. So here both the voltage, here we see that. Now we have calculated for a small part, and then we have calculated for the whole over length by integration this equation. So first of all we consider a small part. In a small part our impedance which is our unit for a unit length impedance is Z, and we taken a small part which is dx. So यहाँ पर हमने dx जितना पार्ट लिया हुआ है. So जो dx जितना पार्ट लिया है, अगर 1 मीटर या 1 mm या फिर 1 किलोमीटर के लिए अगर इम्पीडेंस Z हो, सपोज हम यहाँ पर हम 1 किलोमीटर चूज कर रहे हैं, तो Z की वैल्यू जो हो 1 किलोमीटर के लिए Z है, हमने dx जितना पार्ट लिया है तो Z की वैल्यू Z इंटू dx होगी इस स्मॉल पार्ट के लिए. सो वी कंसिडर Z इंटू dx फॉर दिस स्मॉल पार्ट इम्पीडेंस. ओके, नाउ अगर एडमिटेंस है वो जो यूनिट लेंथ के लिए यानी 1 किलोमीटर 1 mm, यहाँ पर हमने सपोज 1 किलोमीटर के लिए हमने कंसिडर किया है कि यूनिट एलिमेंट है वो y है. सो फॉर dx पार्ट आवर एलिमेंट इज y इंटू dx because distance is dx, so y into dx our total impedance for this section. तो ये सेक्शन के अंदर z into dx हमारा इम्पीडेंस हो गया और y into dx हमारा एडमिटेंस हो गया. अब हमारा वोल्टेज Vs है वो सेंडिंग एंड वोल्टेज है, तो सेंडिंग एंड वोल्टेज इज Vs. नाउ वी हैव अ सेक्शन and this section we know that this is our admittance part, or we call as an capacitance part. So if here is the capacitance or is an admittance, so the voltage are here is different and current flowing is different. So when तो I प्लस डी आई फ्लो हो रहा है, तो करंट डी आई जो है वो इस पार्ट में से फ्लो होगा, और यहाँ पर से जो फ्लो होगा वो करंट I है, यहाँ पर से डी आई। तो टोटल करंट I प्लस डी आई था, और वो डिवाइड हो गया 2 में, डी आई में और I में। तो हमारा जो टोटल करंट है वो प्लस I प्लस डी आई था, फिर बाद में यहाँ कैपेसिटेंस में डी आई करंट, और लाइन में करंट फ्लो होगा वो I। सो I प्लस डी आई विच इज करंट लिविंग द एलिमेंट डी एक्स। तो यहाँ पर जो करंट है वो I प्लस डी आई एंटर होगा, और लिविंग करंट I वो फ्लो होगा, और डी आई करंट यहाँ से फ्लो होगा। नाउ वोल्टेज, सो टोटल वोल्टेज हियर वी सी द वी एस। सो टोटल वोल्टेज है वो वी एस है। अगर टोटल वोल्टेज वी एस यहाँ पर अप्लाई होगा तो जेड डी एक्स जो हमारा इम्पीडेंस है वहाँ पर कुछ ड्रॉप होगा। सो ड्रॉप जेड डी एक्स में जो होगा वो है डी वी ड्रॉप। सो टोटल वोल्टेज वी एस वी कंसिडर एज ए वी प्लस डी वी। यहाँ पर जो वोल्टेज एंटर होगा वो वी प्लस डी वी होगा, उसमें से डी वी वोल्टेज है वो ड्रॉप हो जाएगा। तो हमें जो आउटपुट यहाँ पर वोल्टेज जो मिलेगा वो वोल्टेज V मिलेगा। सो यहाँ पर V टोटल वोल्टेज कमिंग इन आवर सेक्शन विच इज V प्लस डी वी, एंड इम्पीडेंस ड्रॉप विच इज डी वी। सो outcome voltage which is V. Okay, so I plus di current are flowing, which is divided in two parts, current I and di. So line current here now is I, and our admittance current is di. Same here, a total voltage is V plus dV, and due to the impedance drop, a voltage V out comes and dV which is drop. Okay, now we are calculating with the help of rigorous method. Now here we see the impedance ZDX, which is our series impedance. So as already know that Z is an impedance for unit length, and our length is dx. So total impedance is Z dx for this small part. Same here, as Y dx is a shunt admittance for a small part dx. Now we have calculated, suppose dV which is equal to Iz into dx. We know that a dV is an voltage drop here. So total voltage here is V plus dV, and some drop which is called dV drop here, and then output voltage is V. So total voltage drop is dV, and here is some drop due to current are flowing I. यहाँ पर जो ZDX है वो जो इम्पीडेंस है उसकी वजह से ड्रॉप होगा, और वो जो ड्रॉप होगा वो ड्रॉप कितना होगा dV जितना, और उस ड्रॉप की वैल्यू जो है वो यहाँ पर जो करंट फ्लो होगा उसके मुताबिक होगा। तो करंट जो है वो I प्लस डी आई है यहाँ पर जो फ्लो हो रहा है, तो डी आई करंट है वो एडमिटेंस में से फ्लो होगा। सो I करंट है वो यहाँ से फ्लो होगा, तो करंट की वैल्यू यहाँ पर क्या होगी I, और इम्पीडेंस की वैल्यू Z इंटू डी एक्स। सो आवर ड्रॉप dV विच इज इक्वल टू करंट I इंटू इम्पीडेंस. Impedance is Z into dx, series impedance. So dV is equal to Iz into dx. Now here we write this equation dV by dx which is equal to I into Z. हम dx को नीचे ले लेंगे, तो dV by dx which is equal to I into Z. इसको हम इक्वेशन 1 कह देंगे. Now for admittance, our total admittance for this section is y into dx. So जो वोल्टेज है यहाँ पर टोटल वोल्टेज इज v dv, एंड करंट जो फ्लो हो रहा है वो करंट डी आई फ्लो हो रहा है. तो जो करंट डी आई जो एडमिटेंस में से फ्लो होगा उसकी वैल्यू डी आई विच इज इक्वल टू वोल्टेज इंटू एडमिटेंस. सो हियर वोल्टेज इज वी, क्योंकि यहाँ पर वी प्लस डी वी वोल्टेज है और डी वी वोल्टेज ड्रॉप हो गया, तो यहाँ पर जो वोल्टेज होगा वो कितना होगा वी. तो वी वोल्टेज इंटू अवर एडमिटेंस, एडमिटेंस है y इंटू डी एक्स अवर शंट एडमिटेंस, तो वोल्टेज इंटू एडमिटेंस विच इज अवर करंट. तो यहाँ पर जो करंट फ्लो रहा है वो डी आई जितना, तो डी आई इज इक्वल टू वी इंटू वाई इंटू डी एक्स. अब डी एक्स को नीचे ले लेंगे तो डी आई बाई डी एक्स विच इज इक्वल टू वी वाई, ये इक्वेशन 2 हो जाएगा. अब जो इक्वेशन 1 है, इक्वेशन 1 को हम डिफरेंशिएट करेंगे. इक्वेशन 1 को डिफरेंशिएट करेंगे तो डी वी बाई डी एक्स है उसका हो जाएगा डी स्क्वेयर वी बाई डी एक्स. इसका डिफरेंशिएशन फिर से करेंगे, एक बार तो डिफरेंशिएशन हुआ है, दोबारा हम डिफरेंशिएशन करेंगे तो डी स्क्वेयर वी बाई डी एक्स हो जाएगा इक्वेशन 1 का. अब z जो है वो कांस्टेंट वैल्यू है, वो तो हमारा कांस्टेंट है तो उसकी वैल्यू चेंज नहीं होगी. करंट है वो डिस्टेंस के हिसाब से चेंज हो जाएगा. तो यहाँ पर हमने जो डिस्टेंस है यहाँ से यहाँ तक का डिस्टेंस हमने x लिया हुआ है, अज्यूम x करते हैं, तो यहाँ से यहाँ तक का डिस्टेंस अगर x है तो उसके ये डिस्टेंस है जो चेंज हो जाएगा उसके हिसाब से करंट की वैल्यू भी चेंज होगी. तो करंट का भी डिफरेंशिएशन x से होगा. सो डी आई बाई डी एक्स इंटू जेड. अब हम देखेंगे ये इक्वेशन डी आई बाई डी एक्स, इक्वेशन नंबर 2, इक्वेशन नंबर 2 डी आई बाई डी एक्स विच इज इक्वल टू वी वाई. सो डी आई बाई डी एक्स के बराबर वी वाई है, तो हम डी आई बाई डी एक्स की वैल्यू है जो यहाँ पर पुट करेंगे तो डी स्क्वेयर वी बाई डी एक्स इक्वल टू वी वाई इंटू जेड. अब हमें नया इक्वेशन मिल जाएगा. इस इक्वेशन को हम इक्वेशन नंबर 3 कह देंगे. अब here we see the d square v by dx square which is called a second order differential equation. So solution of this equation, first of all in mathematics we know that a u square which is equal to z u, if we have any equation like that we get the solution u is equal to k1 cos h, a hyperbolic solution, so cos h under root z x plus k2 sin h under root z into y. So this is the differential solution in hyperbolic form of any mathematical solution of u square u. Here we see here d square by dx which is like a u square and v which is our u. So find out the solution of this equation, equation number 3. Here as a u we have a voltage v. Now the value of k1 and k2 which is a constant, so we put the value k1 here. Now cos h, value of under root z, here we have a constant yz and here is a constant z, it becomes under root z, so yz becomes under root yz. Here differentiation with the x and here also differentiation with the x, so here we put the value x. Now plus k2 sin h under root yz and into x. Now here the solution in a hyperbolic form of d square v by dx is equal to v yz. Now it's called the equation number 4. Now we differentiate this equation number 4. We get a differentiate equation number 4. We get dv by dx which is equal to k1. A cos hx differentiation is sin hx. So here sin h under root yz into x. Now differentiation of these terms yz into x, which is x under root yz, which is constant, so under root yz, and integrate and differentiation of x, which is 1, so the differentiation of first part, which is k1 sin h under root yz x into under root yz. Now second part, k2 integration of sin h, which is cos h. Now integration of x, which is 1, and under root yz, which is constant, so here cos h yz into under root yz. So now first of all we done a d square v by dx into vyz into hyperbolic form. For that purpose we have used a mathematical solution for that. In a mathematical solution we see that a u square which is equal to zu. So the hyperbolic form of this equation is u k1 cos h under root x under root zx plus k2 sin h under root zy. So from this equation we have used in our equation number 3. इस जगह पर यहाँ पर v है, तो v put v is here as an u. Now k1 as it is. Now cos h as it is. अंडर रूट z, यहाँ पर z है तो अंडर रूट z हमने लिखा है, तो यहाँ पर yz है तो अंडर रूट yz. यहाँ पर डिफरेंशिएशन x के साथ है, यहाँ पर भी डिफरेंशिएशन x के साथ है, तो इंटू x. सेम फॉर साइन. फिर इक्वेशन नंबर 4 को हम डिफरेंशिएट करेंगे, तो इक्वेशन नंबर 4 डिफरेंशिएट करेंगे तो v डिफरेंशिएशन इज dv by dx, k1 as it is. Now cos h under root yzx, differentiation is sin h under root yzx. Now differentiation of integral part, so x integration is 1 and under root yz is constant, so under root yz. So first part integration is k1 sin h under root yz x into under root yz. A second part k2 as it is, a sin h under root yzx integration is cos under root yzx. And under root yzx integration is under root yz. A dv by dx which is equal to iz from our equation number 1. dv by dx which is equal to iz. So we write here iz which is equal to k1 which is equal to k1 under root yz sin h x under root yz plus k2 under root yz cos h x under root yz. Now this equation is divided by z, we get value of current I which is equal to z. z से हम डिवाइड करेंगे तो k1, तो यहाँ पर z डिवाइड होगा तो अंडर रूट y बाई जेड साइन h x इंटू अंडर रूट वाई जेड प्लस k2, यहाँ पर z डिवाइड होगा तो y बाई जेड अंडर रूट कोस h x अंडर रूट वाई जेड. So now we have both the value for current and voltage. First we here see the value of voltage V1 V which is equal to k1 cos h under root yzx plus k2 sin h under root yzx, which is called equation number 4. Now here we get for value for the current I, which is equal to equation number 5th. Now here we see that in our figure we have both the equation for voltage V and current I. Here we see that if we consider point as near to the receiving end, our distance x becomes 0, and distance x becomes 0, at that time voltage V becomes VR and current I becomes IR. So here we considered x is equal to 0, and at that time V is equal to VR and I is equal to IR. So in our equation, first equation, a voltage equation, V becomes VR. So we write here from this equation we write here V, which is equal to here V, which is equal to VR. So we put here VR, K1 as it is, our cos H under root YZ, and X become 0. So we put here 0 plus K2 sin H under root YZ into 0. So we put the value x is equal to 0, V is equal to VR in equation number 4 in our previous equation. VR, which is equal to K1 cos H, which is equal to cos 0, which is equal to 1. So here is a 1 plus K2 and sin 0, which is equal to 0. So here 0. So VR, which is equal to K1. Now similarly we put x is equal to 0, V is equal to VR and I is equal to IR in equation number 5th. So in equation number 5th we see that current I, which is equal to, and this equation becomes I is equal to K1 under root Y by Z sin H 0 plus, because x is equal to 0, now K2 under root Y by Z cos H, and x is equal to 0, so here 0. So now K1 under root Y by Z sin 0, which is 0, sin 0, which is equal to 0, plus K2 under root Y by Z cos H becomes 1. So I is equal to 0 plus K2 into under root Y by Z. Now I is equal to K2 into under root Y by Z. So K2, which is equal to under root Z by Y into I. Here I becomes IR, so we put here I is equal to IR, because x is equal to 0, V is equal to VR and I is equal to IR. So K2, which is equal to under root Z by Y into IR, and K1, which is equal to VR. So K1 and value of K2, here is the K1 which is equal to VR and K2 which is equal to under root Z by R. This both the equation we put in equation number 4 and 5th, and we get the equation without K1 and K2 for the voltage V and current I. Now another solution we have described in our next lecture. Thank you.